Hi there. I'm making chicken soup, and I have a pot of water over here, and I had already put the chicken in the pot. But then I decided, you know what, I'm going to make a video. So I'm showing you the chicken. This chicken here, this whole chicken, and then this piece was in our freezer because I didn't really think this was good enough, and I wanted to make a lot of soup. Okay, this chicken is 1.866 kilograms. And if you multiply that by 2.2, then you get the pounds. So it's 4 pounds, 0.1 something something. So roughly 4 pounds, okay? And then this one here, you know, I guess I could weigh it. This piece of chicken that was in my freezer, it's not quite a pound. Okay, so 5 pounds. Okay, so I'm just gonna move my camera over, right there. And I'm gonna put my element back on. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm adding this chicken too. So I'm going to be making my broth. And if I have to add more, I'll add more. Okay, so that's the beginning of my recipe. I'm just going to add a little bit more water because I want to make sure it's all covered. Okay, after I finish boiling the chicken, I turn the water off. And now I'm going to saute my celery and my onions. I have white onions and green onions. And I don't use butter, so I'm just going to turn this on. Right, this one right here. And I'm going to add water. I'm going to saute everything in water. I'm just going to add that much, and I'm going to have my water there in case I have to add more. Okay, so I have 2 cups of white onions. My hands are clean, just wash them. And 1 cup of green onions. Oh my goodness, it could be 1.5 cups. I forget, because I chopped it a while ago. And my celery is 3 cups of celery. Now, normally I would have put all this on the bottom of my huge pot, but since I was boiling my chicken, I just wanted to, you know, leave the broth in my pot. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to add more water, so I might as well do that now. And I have to wait for it to heat up. Okay, and just stir this once in a while and watch make sure the water doesn't evaporate. The water gets low, just add a little bit more. Okay, my broth is coming to a boil. So I am gonna add, this is 6 cups of carrots. Now I'm making a whole bunch of soup to go in the freezer. So if you wanna cut this recipe by 1/3 or half, that's your prerogative. Okay, so I'm just doing a whole bunch. Okay, so that's 6 cups. And if I already have 2 other cups peeled and already chopped, but I'm gonna see if I need that. Okay, so I'm gonna let that come to a boil a little bit. And then I'm gonna add my chicken next, because it's already pretty well cooked anyways. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this on, the lid on, and I'm gonna turn that, yeah, we're gonna leave that there. Okay, and you can see, I'm gonna move my C-stand over. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic to that. Okay, I'm gonna add, a tablespoon or so, and we just buy the no-name garlic. There you go. So, I'm just gonna take, not much. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna turn my temperature down a little bit. And just keep an eye on it in case you need to add water, because you don't want it to get bone dry in there. Okay, I've let this simmer probably about, I'd say like 8 minutes. So I think I'm gonna add it to my soup now. Now I have quite a bit of onions in here, as you know, I told you the amounts. And my husband and I we really love onions. So, you know, if you don't want that many onions, just cut it down. Okay, I did cut up another 2 cups of carrots, and you know what? I decided I'm going to add it. Okay. So I'm going to let that come to a boil. I'm going to add some ground pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika. Why not? And I'm going to add some garlic and herb salt-free dash. I turned up the temperature because I want it to come to boil again. You can add whatever spices you want. Okay, this is my chicken, and it's about 6.5 cups worth. So let's add that. Okay, I added 2 crowns of broccoli, and I'm just letting it boil just for a little bit, and I didn't really put that much water in it because I'm going to add this water to my soup pot. And I just want to get it started in here. I'm going to chop it up and then add it. Okay? Now my soup, we're going to move it here. I'm going to turn this down a bit. And then my soup over here has been boiling. I just put it up there to check it, and I'm going to add my potatoes in a second. Okay, I'm going to add my potatoes, and I have a total of 9 cups. My husband and I, we really like our potatoes too. So, there we go. Some. And the rest in here is a total of 9. All chopped finely. Give it a stir. Ooh, doesn't that look good? And once I add my broccoli, it's gonna look really good. I already poured part of my water from my broccoli, so I thought, oh, I forgot to film this part. So this is what I'm doing. Oh, get that out. Okay, I'm gonna go chop this up. Okay, I'm gonna continue to simmer it on low. Okay, the last thing I'm adding is my broccoli. And this is about just over 4 cups, probably about a 4 1/4 cups. It wasn't quite 4 1/2. And I always add this at the end. All right, let's give it a stir. Oh, this is going to be so good. This is going to be ready probably in like 10 or 15 minutes. And tomorrow, I'm going to be putting them in mason jars to freeze. But of course, you know, we're gonna have some tomorrow for lunch. Maybe even dinner, because that's how good this is. Okay. I'm gonna put the lid on and let it boil a little bit more for about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, my soup is done. Oh, this is gonna be so good, and it smells delicious. Smells absolutely. When I make chicken soup, I like to add a little bit of pasta to it. I mean, it just makes it. So I boil the pasta, but I don't add it to the soup. This way, I keep it separate. I ladle out my soup in my bowl, and then I'll take some of the cooked pasta and add it to it. Because I find if I add the pasta to the soup, cook it in there, it gets just too mushy. So this is just, I highly recommend doing it that way. Okay, I'm letting my husband test the soup.
Okay, this is it, right here.
And he added some salt.
I did add a little bit of salt. Oh, wow.
Really good?
Mwah.
Mwah.
Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna try some of this soup, and I'm adding some orzo, which I cooked. I'm not gonna be storing the orzo in my soup in the freezer though, because I don't want it to get mushy. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna keep this in the fridge. Add a little bit to my soup, and oh my goodness, I love soup with a little bit of pasta in it. It's absolutely the best. Sometimes I use, macaroni in there. I cut up spaghetti or spaghettini, but this time I decided I'm gonna use orzo. So cheers and have a good day. So good. Yum, yum, yum. We hope you like and subscribe.